Happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. If you're traveling today, please be safe and patient and get there in one piece to enjoy the day with your family and friends. Listen, I've got 2 free plays coming your way in just a moment here on the video report. Going to take a look at the games between the Packers and Bears in South Florida and Central Florida, plus a lot of hot handicappers to talk about quickly as well. Chief among them, Anthony Red, Brad Wilton, and Trace Adams. And I've got 3 special Thanksgiving Day coupons for you. And I'll tell you about them in just a moment, but let me just stop here for a second and just talk a little personal one-on-one with you here today. You know, Thanksgiving to me was never a big holiday as far as I was concerned growing up. It wasn't because I didn't want to spend the time with my family. I always saw my family. And when I was a writer, I would always volunteer to work on Thanksgiving and on New Year's Eve in order to get Christmas Day off. That was more important to me. And it's a funny thing because when I was a writer, you know, these were slow days. Other than football, you lived for it because at least it gave you something to write as the day progressed. After about 8 years, I got out of that business and I got into the 900 telephone business as a sports handicapper. And it was an interesting industry. Now, remember, this is pre-cable, pre-satellite TV, pre-internet days. People came out of the woodwork to call your 900 numbers on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and how you did in this 4-day stretch starting on Thanksgiving would set the tone for how you did for the rest of December with the upcoming college bowl games right through the NFL playoffs to the Super Bowl. You had to make money this week because so many customers would just come back because they had the day off. There were games on regular old commercial TV, and everybody wanted to get involved these next couple of days. Well, then as a handicapper, it was totally different. I cannot tell you how many times in those days, even though I was handicapping and doing my 900 number 365 days a year, it wasn't like I was taking the day off, but I was letting the day's outcome affect how I lived my life. Because again, I cannot tell you how many times I would be spending time with my family. I was either at my sister's house or my mom's house, or my wife and I were having Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm glued to the television set. And if the games came in wrong and we as a company lost money, it ruined my day. It just ruined my day, okay? I mean, I was living and dying based on the outcome of games. Fast forward a couple years. As a matter of fact, it was 18 years ago this week. I'm living in Atlanta at the time. My wife and I, we decided to drive home. My son's like 2.5 years old. Her father had been battling cancer on and off for about 12 years. We decided to surprise everybody. We drive through the night, 12.5-hour trip. We get in there early Thanksgiving morning, surprise them. I drop her off and my son off at my father-in-law's place. I'm exhausted. I got to go handicap the games. I got to update my 900 number. So I go to sleep the rest of the day and I pass up Thanksgiving dinner because I just had to get a break after driving through the night. Long story short, her father collapses that night. Next day in the hospital, he passes away. Changed my perspective on everything. Listen, enjoy the time. I'm the first guy, and I've always told you that you never can get yourself in a financial abyss from which there is no escape if you simply follow my golden rule of gambling. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. But there's a little addendum to that as well, and it goes like this. If the outcome of the games is going to affect the way you live your life and treat other people, do yourself a favor, especially today. Don't bet. Turn off the video report. Don't bet. Don't get any of the plays here, the handicappers at the side. Don't bet. Take the damn day off. If you're going to be sitting there and your life is going to be determined today by the outcome of a lousy Lions-Eagles game, or maybe an exciting game between the Packers and the Bears in the pouring rain at Lambeau, if it's going to affect the way you're going to treat people today and have a good day or not based on whether you're winning or losing, don't bet today. Because, listen, I'm not preaching to the choir. You guys know this. You may not accept it, but you know it as well as I'm saying it. Can't let it affect the outcome of your life. Cannot let it affect whether you're going to be nice or be grouchy today. That's the bottom line, and that's how I feel. It took me a while to realize it. There are more important things, especially on a day like today. So enjoy the day. Again, if you can bet and enjoy the games and watch the games unfold on TV, God bless you. And if you can't, just watch the damn games and don't bet. That's my own personal philosophy. If you are going to bet today, there's a couple of great coupons today that are available. My personal Thanksgiving Day gift to you guys out there. You can save $175 off the purchase price of any handicapper's 60-day package here today. by using coupon code SAVE175. That's right, save $175 off the purchase price of any handicapper's 60-day package. Anybody here at the site. And remember, guys, these package prices, they're the same today as they were yesterday, as they were 4 weeks ago. Nothing has changed. Save $175 right off the top by using coupon code SAVE175, or you could save $125 off the purchase price of any handicapper's 30-day package by using coupon code SAVE125, SAVE125. Remember, if you happen to be involved in a long-term package with a handicapper already and you want to extend it out, another 30 days, another 60 days, whatever. You take that discounted coupon right off the top, save the money off the top, and if you have any instant rebates, they are applicable as well. Perhaps you're a newcomer at the site and you've jumped around, you like one handicapper over another. Here's a 7-day special for you. You can save $50 off the purchase price of any handicapper's 7-day package by using coupon code SAVE50. $50, save 50, SAVE50. There's football today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's 5 of those 7 days right there, and you can save $50 in the process. Among the hot handicappers, and by the way, if you ever have any questions about the coupons, customer service works today as well. Just contact them. Among the hot handicappers, Brad Wilton is absolutely been the hottest here at the site. You know, over the past 140 days, we're almost talking a 5-month period now. In all sports, we're talking baseball, basketball, football combined. He has made $10 bettors $38,380. Not too shabby. Past 63 days, they've won over 27 grand. Today, he goes for winning day number 43 out of 64 and 11 out of 14 with another 100-dime winner. Number 8 out of 9 is NFC North Game of the Year on the Packers and the Bears. You can get it for over half price off by using coupon code 100DIMES, 100DIMES. It matches his 100-dime winner on the Bills when he bought the insurance on Monday night, matches his 100-dime winner on Tuesday when Bowling Green rolled at Ball State, matches his 100-dime winners from the Jaguars last Thursday over Tennessee, and South Florida over Cincinnati last Friday. 100-dime plays or higher, 43, 13, and 3 roll. 30 games over 500 with 100-dime plays or higher in all sports over the past year or so. It's not a bad run, so you might want to check that out. Anthony Red is almost as hot as well. Do you know A-Red today is going for NFL winner number 8 in a row? A-Red today, college football, it's an NFL weekday action. He's going for weekday winner number 15 out of 21 in football. He's going for winning day number 39 out of 59 and 30 out of 44. Hell, he's going for winning day number 18 out of 25 and a 6 out of 7 as well. He's made $10 bettors over 7 grand the past 6 weeks. He's got his 100-dime winner number 4 out of 5 and second in a row this week. On the Cowboys-Panthers game, it's your mid-afternoon game going at 4:30 Eastern Time in Arlington. It matches his 100-dime winner on Indiana over Maryland last Saturday. It's bigger than his 80-dime winner, number 14 out of 18 on Sunday with the Lions over the Raiders. It's bigger than his 50-dime winner, number 12 out of 16 on the Bills. He also bought the hook on Buffalo on Monday night. And you get it again and save $65 by using coupon code REDD, R-E-D-D. One other guy I want to talk to you about, well, actually 2 guys, so I'll just quickly tell you. Trace Adams, you got to look into what he's doing. He's won 29 of the last 44 days, if memory serves me correctly. Gabriel DuPont, I just wanted to quickly bring up something here. You know, Gabriel DuPont joined the site February of 2014. He's had a great run in all sports. But since last Thanksgiving, he has made $10 bettors in all sports, $14,585. That's a pretty nice turn. 14 grand, almost 15 grand in a year period, okay? And in all sports combined with his 50-dime or higher play since he joined the site, he's made those $10 bettors over 26 grand. In college basketball, since his debut here at the site, he's made them over 15,000. And he has a big 100-dime play tonight, just even bigger than the one he won for you yesterday, a 75-dime play, which you got for $29. Same thing today you can get for $29. It's a midnight game. A midnight game tonight, Eastern Time. California against San Diego State. You might want to check that out. And his discount coupons and everything else over on the homepage. Let's talk about the games here today. I'll do the Bears-Packers game first. Torrential downpour, expected in Green Bay today. It's supposed to start raining about 3 to 4 hours before game time. It's probably going to mess hell up of the halftime ceremony where Bart Starr, who's had some heart attacks and strokes, was going to be there and is still expected to be there when Brett Favre has his jersey retired by the Packers. Imagine that. I mean, Brett Favre, Bart Starr, and Aaron Rodgers all there on the same field. I mean, it's nirvana if you're a cheesehead. You know what I mean? I like the way the Packers got the job done at Minnesota last week. It's not that Aaron Rodgers had a spectacular game, but listen, he got some ground support from Eddie Lacy finally, 22 carries, 100 yards, which means he wasn't throwing the ball 61 times like he did in the last game at home, which was that stunning loss to the Lions, at that time the Packers' third straight loss. Packers got a little bit of their mojo last week going again. They put 31 points on the board against Minnesota, a team that had held every opponent but one this year to under 20 points a game. Had not allowed more than 24 points in a game this season, and they thoroughly dominated that contest. Dom Capers unleashed his blitz packages, 5 sacks at Teddy Bridgewater, who's pretty damn mobile in the pocket, Adrian Peterson was bottled up in that game as well, as the Packers defense did a wonderful job against him. I think they held AP to 45 yards in that game total. Again, Packers also regained first place in the NFC North and really took control of their own destiny since they went to Minnesota and beat the Vikings in that contest. So you have a Packers team that's on an 8-1 ATS roll in this series. You have the enthusiasm with the Favre retirement jersey ceremony here as well. You have a defense that's coming off one of its most dominant games this season, holding Peterson to 45 yards and 13 carries, sacking Bridgewater 5 times. You have them hosting a Chicago Bears team that missed a 2-point conversion with under a minute to play that cost them in a 17-15 loss at home last week against the Denver Broncos, which snapped their 2-game winning streak. You got a Bears team coming in here. I just think that in this particular spot, you've got to back the home team on the short week, which always, of course, puts the road team at the disadvantage. And you also have to back the team that got the 3-game losing streak, the monkey off its back, against a team that lost a heartbreaker at home to watch its small 2-game winning streak come to an end. Do I think it's going to be like last year's game when Aaron Rodgers threw 6 touchdown passes in the first half of a 55-14 rout? No, I do not. Because, listen, the Bears gave the Packers a pretty tough time in the season opener, if you may recall, at Soldiers Field. But in this quagmire of a field here tonight with all the rain expected, I like the Packers. I think they'll give Eddie Lacy the ball again 20-some times. I think that makes Rodgers obviously all the more effective. And I think this price isn't that bad at 9 points. Let's go back a month ago, before the Packers had the 3 straight losses and the Bears were floundering. At that time, this game would have been Green Bay 13. Now it's Green Bay 9. I think that's a pretty fair price, and I think it's worth laying with the Packers. College football tonight. Interesting game with South Florida and Central Florida. You have to ask yourself here, with South Florida, a 23.5-point favorite, will the Bulls, who have been on a tremendous run, have that killer instinct here tonight in a must-win situation? Listen, I say must-win knowing that they're going to win the game. Central Florida is not going to rise up after a season that they have gone winless. They watched their coach, George O'Leary, finally resign and abandon them, and suddenly going to rise up and win the damn game. Question is, are they going to cover the 23.5-point spread? Well, you have a couple of dynamics here. You have a South Florida team that, yes, has been on a tremendous run. They've covered 9 of their last 11 games. They've won 6 of their last 7 straight up. The only loss in that time was against Navy on the road. And that's a little bit concerning. Not that they lost to Navy, but how they've done on the road. Their last road game, they only won 22-17 at East Carolina. That's an East Carolina team that blew Central Florida's doors off 2 Thursday nights ago, remember? And before that, they only won 28-20 at Connecticut. So, yes, they have won their last 2 games decisively in blowout fashion at home against Cincinnati and Temple. But do they have that killer instinct to get the job done tonight? Now, as I alluded to, they have to win tonight. It's a must-win situation for them, because if they want to stay alive in hopes of getting to the inaugural AAC title game, well, they've got to win tonight and then hope that Temple loses over the weekend. But you're still looking at a 22.5-point favorite. But there's still some reasons to go against Central Florida as well. Listen, this is a Central Florida team that's averaging 14.9 points a game, last in the nation in total yards, one of the worst teams in the nation in running the ball, averaging like 88 yards a game on the ground. They've got a quarterback, Justin Holman, who struggled because Central Florida lost its top 4 receivers from a year ago, lost its top running back this season after like 3 games. He was off the team. He's also playing with a high ankle sprain that he suffered late in the East Carolina game. You've got a Central Florida defense that simply doesn't stop anybody. They've allowed 40 or more points 6 times this season. You've got a Central Florida rushing defense that gives up 191.7 yards a game going against a South Florida team that can run the ball so effectively, not only with Marlon Mack, who's run for over 1,100 yards this season, but also their quarterback, Quentin Flowers, who's coming off a 4-touchdown performance in the blowout of Cincinnati. Again, though, you have to ask yourself the question, and I think this is what makes this game so difficult. If this game was played a week ago, I'd say, hey, South Florida is going to kick their ass. But after the 2 big home wins against Temple and Cincinnati, do they let up here, or do they deliver in revenge since they were shut out at home last season by Central Florida 16-0? I got to tell you, I think it's a tough game, but I lean towards South Florida, and I would lean toward laying the points here because Willie Taggart's team is just playing with such confidence right now. And I look at this Central Florida team, if they couldn't get up and deliver against East Carolina 2 Thursdays ago when they were coming off the bye, or last Thursday when they were coming off the bye, I certainly don't see them rebounding here tonight against a South Florida team that has just destroyed everybody other than Navy here in the second half of the season. So South Florida would be your other complimentary play to go along with the Green Bay Packers. In terms of the early game between the Eagles and the Lions, I'm not even watching the damn game because I am 0-4 with my plays involving the Eagles this season, and that team is toast. It's amazing how Chip Kelly has gone from the penthouse to the outhouse in a span of 9 weeks in Philadelphia. And then your night game between Texas and Texas Tech, I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Neither team plays any defense. Texas Tech can score, but they haven't won in Austin in a couple 100 years. Of course, Baylor hadn't won in Stillwater, Oklahoma since 1939, and we saw how that turned out last week. Tough game. Texas, their top 2 running backs, at least their number 1 running back is going to miss the game. Their number 2 guy has been battling turf toe. It's going to rain in Austin from what I've read in the weather report here tonight. Texas Tech's such a dynamic team offensively, but they can't stop anybody as well. They score over 40 a game. They give up over 40 a game. They can't stop the ground game. I mean, it's a tough game. Hey, listen, Trace Adams has a big play on it. If you want to play on that game, turn to him. But anyway, your complimentary plays again. I'm going to go with the Packers, and I'm also going to take South Florida. I like the Packers more among those 2 selections. I'll talk to you again tomorrow morning when we do this one more time. Good luck, everybody, and enjoy the day with your family and friends.